104.1 KRBE.
Let's go.
Good morning. The Roula and Ryan Show.
Hey, Derek. It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan.
I am the worst DJ ever.
With Eric.
We're the champions of the world.
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It is Tuesday, April the 8th of 2025. It's 6:02 a.m. with the gang. Ruler, Ryan, Eric, Sister Kay, and Sam, and
Hey,
Cougs.
it was one of the best seasons UH ever had.
Yeah, look at that.
It was a
one.
heartbreaker.
Kevin Quinn will be happy.
No, I don't care.
He's a
I don't-
lot of
I don't
boys.
care if
He's
he's
a
happy.
Gator. I'm
I don't
sure
care if he's happy.
pretend to be a UH fan.
Still, though.
I was so
65,
confused
63.
at the end of this game. I have never felt more emptiness at the end of a sporting event because I had no idea what was happening. Like, you have 19 seconds left. You're supposed to either make a Hail Mary shot to win this or tie it, and it just bounces next to you, and I'm so confused.
That's what my wife was. She's like,
I go, did somebody call a foul or what is
Yeah.
happening right now?
"This is the worst."
Please
ending."
explain, Eric, what I was
I
confused
thought Hail
for
Mary
so
was
long.
football.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
get a
count
Hail
that.
Mary.
Well,
Could be
I
a
call
Hail
it a
Mary
Hail Mary
pass.
if you just launch it just to hope to God
Yeah.
it makes it.
They had 20 seconds to. The play just did not go the way it was.
What
drawn
was
up.
the play? What was the play? The play was what? Try and make a 3-point shot to win it.
That or go in, drive in, throw it to someone because they could get rebounds. That's what they should have done. But that Florida played good defense. He went up to shoot it and shouldn't have done that. When he was up in the air, he left his feet. So if he comes down with the ball, it's traveling. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Once he dribbled it, he's like, I can't touch it.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
I've never seen this in my life. I've never seen
Yeah,
this
you
in my
can't-
life
you
in a
know,
ball
you
game.
have
Have I
this.
never?
You can't you run up to do a layup, like you jump up in the air, you catch the ball, and you jump up in the air. You can't come down and then dribble
No, it's
like that. It's
traveling.
sucks.
But it was the
worst thing that
worst
happened.
ending.
And poor Sharp, I just feel bad. You got to remember these are kids,
Totally.
and he had the 2 plays in a row there to turnovers.
Yeah,
He had 5
imagine the
turnovers.
pain, like after you've lost that game and it's so close.
5 turnovers in 3 minutes, and in the last minute they had like 3. So they just
But you can't say it wasn't a good game. Like if
No,
you're
it's-
somebody that's not from Houston,
you'd love it.
and you're not from, you're being entertained the whole time.
But it just sucks. I hate seeing that poor kid.
Yeah.
Thank God he's a junior, so he has another year. And they're getting some star recruits next year. They'll probably be back there.
Did you notice the commercial that came on pretty close to the end of the game? It was an NCAA commercial about not bullying players because it doesn't go your way.
Yeah, you can't. You just gotta.
Because I didn't
there's a
think about that.
commercial about it?
Yeah, there was a commercial because in
Oh
the
my
past
gosh.
they've had
Hecklers?
so many, not even hecklers, dude, like
Social
legit
media.
psycho
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
keyboard
sure.
warriors who will drive you to suicide. I mean, these are just college kids who, some of them, this is it. This is the last dance. They're not going to go to the NBA. This is just their glory time that they're with this
I used to
group
think
of
about
guys.
my 8th grade team. We almost went to state, and we
Really?
lost by the last second. And it was just a mess. And I still thought about that for whenever I saw my buddy's old team, we'd talk about that. I'm like, I gotta get over this.
Are you having
And it was 20 years
flashbacks
later.
like Uncle Rico and Napoleon Dynamite? Man, could just go my way. I could throw
just
that
sucks.
football right over the mountain.
The
I mean,
real
everybody
reason,
has
the
one
real
of
reason they
those.
lost was Ted Cruz was there.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
you think
I
he's
know.
the curse?
He jinxes everything
Damn,
he goes to.
Stay away from Texas sports, man.
Dude, you're not supposed to show up, man.
I don't
Every
care about
Astros game
politics.
for the
I
World
care about
Series you went to would
sports.
lose in the juice box.
You're bad luck.
When you see him there,
Yeah.
you're like, uh-oh.
We're gonna lose.
Yeah.
I should have bought him a Florida Gators shirt.
The double jinx.
Wear that.
That was so crazy last night. I mean, it's one thing if we had gotten it stolen or, I don't know, it just didn't make sense. I could not compute. I could not compute to be mad enough. And then I started getting mad. Like, how did this even
It
happen?
reminded me of The Sopranos.
What, like
a
the...
great series, and then the ending was like not satisfying.
No.
Not satisfying because
No.
it's like confusing. You're like, wait, what just happened? I
Like
don't
even if you
understand.
lose, it's like, oh, you got a shot off and you lost. But
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't
well.
make it. You tried it, didn't make
you're
it.
still the second best team in the country, and there's a goaltending play in the first half.
Oh my
I'm like,
God, that still made me so mad.
those 2 points would have been helpful.
Yes, those 2 points would have been a tie game.
But you play the
Goaltending.
woulda, shoulda, coulda game, and you
Man, those
Can't
refs
do
sure
anything
like
about
calling everything a foul in the second half. Good God.
yeah. First half was just fun because
Yeah, it
they
was
let
great.
them
We were
play.
by 12. We were by 12. That's why it was fun.
Amazing how a game can just change everything. I mean, as far as your attitude, I mean, the way we wake up in the morning.
Oh my God! After the
What a
game was
different
over,
day it would be had we won.
Well, Michael, let me tell you. After the game was over, and I'm just sitting there like totally like stunned, right?
Gobsmacked.
Everything just starts falling apart. Like my girls are fighting over what they're gonna. I just hear them screaming upstairs. Like, what are they doing? They were fighting over some shirt to wear to school. My son starts yelling because he can't find his pillow. Like, well, who took my pillow? Like the house was falling apart. I go, oh my god, what is going on? Why is everybody so mad? Like, can we just go to bed?
I tried to go to bed.
Late.
I'm like, I'm not going to watch any of the cutting down the nets.
Well,
I don't give a crap. I don't need One Shiny Moment song. Like,
Oh, God, no.
One Shiny Moment can suck it.
Blah.
And then I went to bed. Oh, I'll see how the Astros are doing. They're down. And then they came back and had the lead, and then they choked at the end. I'm like, well, this day's just a turd in a punch bowl. I'm
Even
out.
got more turdy when we learned that their starting pitcher suffered a broken thumb.
He was playing catch in the outfield.
Yeah.
One of the players, Spencer Getty.
Yeah.
And then the Mariners in batting practice hit a line drive or something and broke his thumb.
Now he's
my
out for an
gosh.
indefinite amount of time.
Yesterday was not a good day for Houston. Oh, well.
Remember yesterday morning's show? You're like, what a great weekend for sports for Houston. And then today it's like,
My wife's like, I'm done with sports. I'm like, no, that's what makes it fun. It's like, like Ahmad and Kevin like White Lotus and stuff. And
Yeah.
I know Ahmad wasn't happy with the ending.
Oh, don't say anything. I haven't
Oh,
seen
you
it.
weren't happy with it completely?
It's like you watch it, you put all your.
Yeah, you have
make that
something build
investment.
up.
It just wasn't
Was it a fizzle?
like the payoff wasn't there for me. But it was a good ending. It just
The ratings were huge for
I wanted
it.
more. Yeah, the ratings
think it
were
was
the
like the
highest for the
highest
show
ever.
ever.
They
Well,
doubled.
for some, I think for some it'll be a happy ending. For others, it'll be sad. It depends on which characters you're invested in.
Yeah.
No more spoilers.
Hey, I gotta say,
Everyone dies.
Everyone died.
Everyone died.
Paul
If people
Orion.
don't know what White Lotus is, every season begins the same way. There's somebody dead at the
There's a body
beginning
bag.
episode.
All I know is I'm not going to White Lotus Properties.
White Lotus is a
I kinda
resort
want to.
brand.
You wanna
That's
go-
what it's named after, but it's not
It's
real.
expensive too.
If that's a real, if that was real, they kept dying. I'm like, no.
How about this, Eric? You should be very proud of me. Actually, all of y'all.
Always
'cause
proud of
how
you.
crazy I watch television. I watched the entire U of H game from beginning to end. I didn't turn it off.
On a
I didn't
real
walk
TV?
Away. Like
On
I
her phone.
didn't. I didn't distract myself. I actually sat down on the couch and I watched every minute of the U of H game because that's not me. I'm usually like pacing, or I have to turn it off, or I have to get away from it, or something. Nope. But I did take my shirt off. I was
I know.
so
it's-
hot.
Your stories, I'm like, why is she wearing a
Sports bra.
something? Not much.
I literally.
you want to see
I took my
Roula's
shirt
shoulder
off.
blades?
Yeah.
They had you sweating that much.
Oh my God, Ahmad, I just couldn't take it. I was so hot. And I was like, no, I'm just going to take my shirt off because I didn't want to leave the screen to go get another shirt from my room. And I was, my husband's out of town. My mom is staying with me and the kids. And my mom was like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. My mom's not invested at all. I'm thinking that my mom is just upstairs, like scrolling Facebook like every grandmother across America. And we're making all this noise. But then when the girls were fighting over the shirt, my son was screaming at the pillow. I'm upstairs. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Can y'all stop screaming? And then I realized, wait a second, there's no light coming out of her room. And she's totally in bed asleep. And I go, you guys are being so rude. Yeah, I was trying to sleep, and now we're all screaming. She's totally awake now. Anyway, so I was just in my sports bra. My daughter's like, Mommy, why aren't you wearing your shirt? I go, you know what, guys? This is actually workout clothes if you go to a lot of gyms right now. It's just not what Mommy usually wears. It's just a sports bra. How many people do you see running in a sports bra and some pants?
If you want to know if you're wearing your clothes too much the same ones, just change it up one day in front of your kids, and they'll tell you, "Oh, you look different today," or
Oh, really?
Why aren't you wearing that outfit?" Because the kids notice that stuff.
They do?
Oh yeah. If
When I wear dresses, my kids always get so excited. They're like, Mommy, you're wearing a dress.
you're always wearing the same shorts or your same,
That's something I never thought about when I was a kid, looking at my parents. My daughter never looked like I could come in
I bet
wearing
she did. I
a
bet she
Ronald
noticed.
McDonald wig, and she'd be like so buried in her phone. She'd look. I'm like, hey,
I bet she noticed.
I would actually like
12.
to see that.
Eric, you're making a good point. My dad, most of my life, would wear his kitchen outfit for opening the restaurant, and then afterwards he would shower and change into a button down with slacks and dress shoes, and he'd visit with customers. So I never saw my father in tennis shoes, not one time of my entire life with my
Really?
father. Not one time
Never
did I
tennis
ever
shoes?
see my father in tennis shoes. I don't even know if he owned a pair of tennis shoes.
I only saw my dad, and he had the same tennis shoes for like 10 years on vacation. We go like Missouri, or we go somewhere, and he'd have these blue shorts with his white chicken legs. Because he was a farmer, so he always had jeans on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, what? It's so
What?
weird. It sticks
So
out.
weird. We took my dad to Galveston once, Eric, for a wedding, and he was on the seawall, and we went to Murdoch's, and I go, Dad, aren't you kind of hot in that? He was wearing the slacks with the button down and the dress shoes. And I said, I mean, we're going to be here for like a day and a half. Maybe wear like a Hawaiian shirt or something. So I remember my brother was like, I'm going to get down this shirt from Murdoch.
Be festive.
It was so funny. And we have a shirt of him on the beach with that Hawaiian shirt on.
Oh, yeah, the shirt?
Yeah, with a Hawaiian shirt on from Murdoch's.
Yeah, but sometimes they get to a point where they just don't really care. They dress for comfort. They're not really caring.
Not
really caring about
can't
style.
stand
Dress slacks and dress shoes at the seawall is not
No, I'm just
comfortable.
saying,
Sound comfortable.
older people in
People
general.
suiting up right now, getting ready for work. I feel bad for you. You have to wear that's tie
Suit
and
and tie or business
We'll do a
dress.
thing tomorrow night. I hate dressing up. I hate
Oh, how are we supposed to dress for that?
a suit.
Yeah, it's a suit
Sucks.
and dresses. Okay, it's
the very
Tuesday.
dress.
Yay, the second Monday of the week. We'd be really excited if it wasn't Tuesday after losing by 2 points. But
all
okay. Today, revenge happens at 7 o'clock. We also have the best of Houston that you could win. I'll explain more of that in Scoop coming up next. Plus, this randomness thing. The other day, Shrek 2 was on, and Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake at the time were dating heavily. So he's like this prince that she keeps writing about. And I told my daughter, oh, yeah, Cameron Diaz used to date Justin Timberlake from NSYNC. She says, that's weird. So there's this whole list of famous couples who got together you forgot about, but one of them was a teenager when they dated.
Ugh.
Awkward.
No, there wasn't.
One was a teenager and one was not, and you forgot these people dated.
Ooh.
That's just something fun to go over. Here's your weather for today.
Going to be a gorgeous day. Sunshine, a high of 75 right now, 47 degrees, and 6:13 on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. Pew, pew, pew. Uh-oh, we're having a meltdown.
The Celebrity Scoop.
On the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
All right, it is brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas. I want to remind you guys that we have a chance for you to win the best of H-Town. It is 4 tickets to the Museum of Natural Science, 4 tickets to Typhoon, Texas Water Park, 4 tickets to the Houston Children's Museum, 2 tickets to enjoy production from Theater Under the Stars, and a $100 Big City Wings gift card. It's the best of Houston.
Wow.
She's got to be listening. We'll tell you when to be the right caller to win this great prize pack so you can enjoy the best of Houston. Again, in case you were under a rock yesterday, did not go our way with U of H in Florida. Stunner of an ending, which was totally confusing. I don't know what happened there, but getting 3 fouls called in 9 seconds probably didn't help.
Hey, it was a good game. People are entertained.
Because it was
People
back
can't
and
say
forth
that.
dogfight. That was a dogfight.
I just feel bad for Houston, UH, because
Yeah.
whenever they're in championships, the game back in 82, 83, 81, whatever it was.
It was 84 is the last time
when they
were
lost
there.
lost the last second. Mm-hmm. And that really stung with Olajuwon. So, oh well.
And a lot of people are blaming.
Jump on the Rockets bandwagon. People, come join me. The Rockets start
When's
playoffs.
the next game you're going to?
Well, 13. This weekend's the last game, home game, and then playoffs start. So
Okay.
And who are we playing the playoffs? Do we know?
it's all up in the air.
Oh, it is? Okay. A lot of people are blaming Ted Cruz because he was present in the building and
He
he's
is
a
a
jinx.
curse.
He's a sports curse.
It was jinx.
It's all
Every
over.
time they show Ted Cruz has attended a Houston major game-changing sports event, they
He
lose.
shows up everywhere. UT games
It's
everywhere.
like, dude, you
People
need
are
to
like,
stop
oh,
going to
no.
that stuff.
We lost.
Send them to the Rangers games. Go watch
No kidding.
the Arlington Rangers. Go watch them play.
All right, so BuzzFeed put together a list of couples that got together, and you probably forgot that they were a couple. And what's more awkward is one of the parties was a teenager when the other party was not. Now, I'm just to add to this story, you kind of forget who used to be a really hot item in Hollywood because as time passes and they moved on and they're married to somebody, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that it was even a thing. Justin Timberlake and Cameron Diaz dated for over 5 years. It was so hot and heavy and solid that in Shrek 2, Cameron Diaz's character Fiona, Shrek finds his book about her being Mrs. Prince Charming or whatever, and there was a boy band poster it was like a pop star poster that she like idolized, and it's him. It's Justin Timberlake.
funny.
So if you watch Shrek 2 in a repeat and you're like, oh, that looks like Justin Timberlake, well, there's a reason he was in. And then
Were
he
they
was
different
actually in
age?
Shrek
How
the
far
Third.
off were they though?
They were only a few years off. But the real weirdness is that Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas, when she was 23, she dated Justin Timberlake when he was 16 before he started dating Britney Spears.
That seems really inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's
I
wrong.
didn't realize she was that
23
much older. She was
Yeah.
23 and he was
Yeah.
16?
Right?
Yeah, it's before he got serious
Ew.
with Britney Spears.
If you had flipped the genders, oh my gosh, there'd be like outrage.
and she was in a girl group called Wild Orchid. Wild Orchid or White, I'm thinking White Lotus. Wild Orchid. And I remember this because I had just started answering phones here and there was like an event for KRBE and Wild Orchid was one of the singers. And I was like, I don't know who these girls are. And they're like, these are 3 girls who were like on shows when they were kids and they've come together to make a girl group.
Kids Incorporated. I remember watching that.
Yeah, but
What was
she
Kids Incorporated?
It was a Saturday morning show.
Yeah, she was in it.
Yeah, she was in it with one of the other girls that was in Wild Orchid. I don't remember where the third girl came from, but anyway, that didn't last long.
Kids Incorporated was really neat because it was a bunch of kids who found an abandoned TV station and
that
they
what it was?
and they fired it up and made their own program.
Oh,
Is that what it was on?
so their own TV
I
station.
thought they were at a mall. I can't remember.
network.
I just remember them singing.
Well, that's what I remember.
And
Yeah, it was that kid.
I think Jennifer Love Hewitt was in it
Oh, really?
as a little, like her and I
I
were the
thought
same
Mario
age.
Lopez was in it.
Okay.
So I'd watch her.
I'm gonna Google this.
That's why I was always in love with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
But also, it was the same time as you can't do that on television, so I got them both confused with each other
maybe
because
that's what-
kids shows.
I didn't have cable, so this one was on.
Oh yeah, I had to go to Stevie's
What
house.
was
to
the
watch
one
that.
that Amanda Bynes was on?
That's
Oh yeah.
all that. No, you can't do that on television.
Nickelodeon.
No.
It was.
What was it? Amanda Bynes was a Nickelodeon kid for something. Let's
Because
look it
from
up.
there they got the spin-offs of Drake and Josh and all the.
Wait,
other
by the
things.
way, I was totally wrong in Cameron Diaz's gap. I thought it was only a few years. Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake are 9 years apart.
Oh, wow.
9 years apart. Anyway, okay, so here's this. Your birthday buddy, Wilmer Valderrama,
Oh,
Eric.
yeah.
I
He's
remember
on-
this was weird
Is he
at the
like
time.
on CSI Navy or something, or one of those shows?
Oh,
or
yes.
NSCS or NCAA. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's an N in it.
NCIS, CSI,
I don't know what it is.
NCA. Wilmer Valderrama was 29 years old when he first met Demi Lovato at 17. And I remember there was a whole thing in the press about, no, she just turned 18 and now we're dating. We were just friends before. He also dated Lindsay Lohan when she was 17. And that was another one he had to defend. Like, oh, no, we were friends, but now we're romantically connected.
You can't tell the truth to
No.
Right.
get
It'd
arrested.
be like
And when he
statutory
was
man.
20, he dated Mandy Moore when she was 16. So he
Good
always liked younger
gracious.
girls.
I mean, how would you feel as a parent if, your daughters turn out super famous and they want to go out with a guy that's 10 years older? My point is
Depends
that
their age. I mean,
Well,
well,
if
25
your
or 35.
child is like 16 or 17 and going out with a 32-year-old man, I don't think you'd like that.
If you're under 20, I wouldn't like it.
No.
Joel Madden, who's now married to Nicole Richie, was dating Hillary Duff when Hillary was 16 and he was 24.
Wow.
You know, that was a big old age
Did
gap.
not know that.
Let's see who else. Chad Michael Murray, Eric's man crush from One Tree Hill, was 24 when he started dating 17-year-old Kenzie Dalton, who was an extra on One Tree Hill.
Well, you went with the extra.
He
Come on.
proposed to her in 2006 when she was a senior in high school.
Oh, my gosh.
Probably from that area,
Yeah.
North Carolina, or wherever they filmed it.
They broke up after a 7-year engagement. Let's see who
Wow.
else.
It's a long time to be engaged.
And think about, like, what's the biggest age difference you guys ever dated?
I usually always dated somebody maybe a couple of years older than me or the same age as me.
Like, I think mine was 8 years difference.
Why are you laughing, Kev? You're
Yeah.
saying you laugh like, oh,
Because you
20
know
years.
the person who I kind of like a little bit dated.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how much
Propriety.
I can even talk about that.
That must have been a 15-year age gap.
Yeah, that was like 15.
Are you serious?
Probably 17-year age gap.
You know somebody
Nuh-uh.
had that big a gap?
Come on.
was
He's
Kevin.
got to be 10 years
I
older
feel
than
like
me.
you were a baby.
It
And
was
he-
pretty young. I
Yeah.
was okay. So I was DJing over. I must have been 20
Okay.
because I started dating Booster when I was 21.
All right, well, let's say.
So Rula and I have
So
a
sorry, about
mutual
10
friend
years. Yeah.
who was super hot and would always be at the front of Riches with his shirt off dancing.
I bet it's like 12 or 14
and he was
years.
he was also very powerful in this industry, let's say.
I think it's at
So
least 10
powerful
years.
that he brought you to the East Coast.
Yes, he gave me a job in Virginia.
Wow. There's all sorts of impropriety here.
Wow.
He was,
Well, you were
and he
consensual.
still is very, very attractive. And he's married now. He's got a kid. And,
You know, as Kevin has left.
Kevin, that really was
They
plug-ola.
always go back.
like, oh God, I'm sweating now. I'm sweating. Like, I want to
bring that
say
up?
more about it, but
Well,
I mean,
we have to figure out
it was
his
9.
age.
I think it must have been 9 or 10
9
years.
or 10 years.
Did you have stuff
I
to talk
think.
about?
Yeah, we watched AbFab all the time and did gay stuff.
Oh, it's-
Oh, my God.
And did gay stuff.
Yes.
All right, we're talking about celebrities that dated other celebrities when they were young.
Antiquing, or does that mean like?
Yeah, what is that?
No, it was during the time when you were bopping between the bar to the club to the after hours, and then you'd go back to
You were
old boy's
enjoying
house.
the scene together.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
yes.
you were enjoying the scene together. All right. Well,
God, I have a lot of
the
stories.
Pearson family, This Is Us. Let me move back
If
to
he's
this.
listening while we're streaming, he's like,
Don't say my name.
Zip your mouth, Kevin, now.
He was a very attractive man.
Rough
Thank
feed.
you.
Men and women very much enjoyed looking at him. Anyway, so This Is Us was a huge hit show. The Pearson family, everybody loves the Pearson family. Milo Ventimiglia, who played the dad, at 29 years old, was dating one of the stars of Heroes, Hayden Panettiere, who was only 17 at the time. They were on that show together.
Heroes, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a good show.
Wow.
He was 29 and she was 17. Who knew? I didn't know they were even.
Did not know that.
I guess when they were on the same show, I didn't think of it that
You
way.
forget
Plus,
about
I wasn't
the
like a
age.
huge fan of that show. I think she's like a child.
Think about how many people on these TV shows and movies, they all hooked up. You got time on the set.
Yeah, you're there. You got
a lot of
downtime. You
hurry
have
up and wait
lunchtime
time.
together. All that. And then how about Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith? That's Dakota Johnson's parents. Dakota Johnson, you know so well. She's
Yeah.
engaged now to Chris
I
Martin.
thought
from
she was older
Coldplay.
than him.
No, Melanie Griffith was 18 when she married Don Johnson, who was 26.
Oh,
But they dated for a bit before that.
Wow. So weird. Those two so talented actresses, actor and actress, and then they had her, and it's like it skipped a generation or something.
oh, she's not a bad actress.
That's not nice.
You just don't like 50 Shades. That wasn't good.
She's not a good actress. Watch her stuff. Oof.
Yeah.
Well,
The only good
she's
thing she
better
did
than
was
me.
she
Right?
took-
I can't complain.
She took down Ellen DeGeneres. That was the good thing she did. Remember, that's when she was on her set talking about a party and how rude Ellen was to her face.
Oh,
And
really?
that started the whole.
The Ellen
Cancel
DeGeneres takedown
Ellen.
happened
Yeah.
during COVID, so it kind of was like a blurb on the details.
It's on you. Just
Wait,
watch
it started
on
with
YouTube.
Dakota,
Fanning, yeah, or is
not
it,
Fanning, Dakota Johnson,
Johnson, yeah.
telling who about Ellen being rude at a party?
Ellen.
Oh, saying it to Ellen's
She was on.
face that you're rude.
She was the guest on her show, and
She said
Okay.
that she was
She-
rude to her.
she went after her. You have just go on YouTube, type it in, you'll
Oh,
see
now
it.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Oh,
They
scandalous.
say that's the reason why this all started, because you know how it is. Then reporters go,
so toxic.
No,
around
it wasn't
here.
just me.
something's happening here. I've been hearing some rumblings, and then they investigate, and boom.
She's not a bad actress, Eric. There's a movie called Peanut Butter Falcon on Netflix right now. It's so good. And she's good in it.
She's hardly in it. That's why it's better.
I'm trying to say something
I'm not
nice.
going to shade her. I can't act.
Who cares if you can't act? You can't build a skyscraper either. You can't do lots of things.
Yeah, but I'm not criticizing the architect that
But
can.
people do. How many people criticize the buildings made in Houston?
And how many movie critics actually have made a film?
Yeah, not many of them.
Well, there are some people. I was just thinking this yesterday. You want to be a sports star so bad, or an athlete so bad, it's not going your way.
There we go.
But you might find your star spotlight in the commentating.
Call us and
part
text
of
us
it.
right now. Who's someone that is famous that you think is just you don't understand it? Why are they
Overrated, you don't get it?
Yeah, bad actor, bad actress.
Bad
Okay,
singer?
833-390-KRBE. Go ahead and throw shade on somebody that you just can't stand because you think they're terrible at the craft.
You just don't get it. Maybe.
What's all the hype? I don't get it.
What went wrong in Houston's final play? That's what I want to know.
No.
I'm just looking at the
Take that
TV.
off, Roula,
That's
please.
the headline
Go
that
to
keeps facing me
sports
today.
station. They'll do that for 4 hours. They'll break
Yeah.
down
No,
every play.
I don't want to talk about it. Let's act like it didn't happen. Yay. Okay. On to the
Yep,
Rockets
she's bland.
playoffs.
Other people saying she's so bland.
Eric speaking the truth. All in caps. All right. Well, let's see. Who do you think is overhyped? Who do you think isn't worthy?
Make a
If
sex
there's
movie like that, and it was so bad because of her acting.
If there is a
50
movie
Shades.
that is coming
50
out,
Shades of Boredom.
but you find out they cast this one person that you don't care for, does it ruin it for you because you don't think they're worthy of the role? Like it will ruin the movie for you. We'll talk to you next about who you think is overhyped in all craft capacities. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
It's KRBE. The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
All right. Well, now that we know Eric hates Dakota Johnson, the actress.
I don't hate her. I just don't. I think she's like someone said bland. I just when I see her act, I'm just not
Basic.
not good.
Well, we were talking about Dakota Johnson. She came up in the
Nice person,
talk
I
because
bet.
her mother was 18 when her father married her at 26 or 24. Was it 24? Yeah. And she is the product of Melanie Griffin and Don Johnson. Yeah, he was 26. She was 18. And then Eric said, oh, that was a turd of a movie. Also, she's the takedown of Ellen DeGeneres. So during the commercial break, I was looking at that.
I just said her parents were good actors.
You
actresses.
basically are saying
They
she's
just
a
skipped
nepo.
generation.
She's a nepo baby. She's only an actress because of her name.
No.
I mean, she got in there, so she
You
was.
think she's terrible? And
I never said
But
that.
that's
because of her
different about
parents.
Nepo Baby. You're making that part up. I mean, unless you want to say that.
No. I'm not. That is the very definition.
I mean,
When somebody gets their job because of, they're the legacy. Their parents
Was that
are.
Madam Spiderweb thing? Oof.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, that wasn't
It was
good.
like she's like Spider-Man or something. I only saw
Well, I was
5
more-
minutes of it. I had to turn it off.
I was more looking at the clip selection of all the awkward things that she said back to Ellen when
Yeah,
she
I
said,
told
I
you.
invited you to a party. She goes, oh, I don't know about that. She goes, you can ask everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess she was offended that she didn't come to the party.
So it's
guess.
uncomfortable.
All right. So Dakota Johnson is target right now for
So
Eric.
you guys
Who is
have to have somebody, so I want to hear all yours.
Shelly's up first at 833-390-KRBE. Hi, Shelly. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning.
Awesome.
Well, you know, we're just making it through another Monday. I'm sorry, it's just called Tuesday, the second Monday of the week. Shelley, who do you think is an actor, actress, somebody you see in entertainment that you just don't get the hype? You don't think they're worthy of the hype?
Ryan
Oh.
Which Ryan?
Wait.
Seacrest.
I would have accepted me. I'm overrated.
No,
That's funny.
No, you're good. But first, Roula, I'm
Yes.
going to use one of your phrases.
Okay.
I can't with you.
I can't with
I
you.
can't with you. Okay? Because Eric is so right. She is so bland. That Madam Web movie, I paid for it.
Oh, you paid for
I
it.
paid for it.
I'm sorry about that.
So you think it sucks
Me
because she was
too.
in it?
You think it would have been better if it was a
just
different
so
actress?
Terrible.
She's not a good actress.
And to that point, Rula,
Mm-hmm.
it's not throwing shade. You know, you said don't
Yeah.
throw shade.
Right.
You can't, and you can't be mad at her. Yes, you can. That is her craft. That is her livelihood. That is her. Yes, you can. Yes, you
That's
can.
so funny. Who do you think would have saved that movie? Is there an actress you're like, gosh, if so-and-so had done this movie, it'd been great? Like, is it that
Anybody
kind of
else.
thing?
A bowling
Anybody
ball?
else? Anybody else? Oh, my
Anybody
God.
else? Yes, I agree.
Anybody but
I'm
her.
on your side,
Thank
Eric.
you.
That's funny.
Tony in your corner.
Ah, I
Appreciate
like
it.
If you
Thank
think about it, look, anybody can say that about anybody else. So many talented singers and musicians and actors and actresses that will never see the light of day.
Comedians. Remember, Dane Cook was the biggest thing in 2008.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ryan hated him.
I didn't think I did not care for Matt Rife. I thought like, wow, this guy's a lot of hype. I don't think he's that funny. We even had him on the show.
Yep,
but
he was a nice guy.
He's a super nice guy. I just don't think he's that funny. And it is frustrating. Look, my daughter's an actress, and I think she's really, really talented. I've watched everything she's ever done. And then I see people her age that are just like, meh, they're not that great. But, you know, the likelihood that my daughter's ever going to become famous for her craft, it's a very small chance, you know?
Yeah, it's like a lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like...
Didn't Ryan actually pay someone to go to dinner with his daughter though, just so she could get a part? Like,
No, what I did was
like paid someone off to get.
No, what I did was we were
He's
at,
trying to be a Nepo, and it's not working.
Yeah,
I went to
He's trying to.
the Crested Butte Film Festival and had lunch with actor Matthew Modine and his manager. And I
But
made
you
it.
paid to have the lunch with
No,
actor
I didn't pay
Matthew
to have the
Modine.
lunch.
You said you paid for
You
it.
made a donation
Well,
to
what
his
I
charity,
made
and that's
at-
why he
at
ate
the
the
lunch. Can I finish, please? At the
Well,
lunch,
don't lie.
I'm not lying. At the lunch, I made a donation, and it was for a walk-on part.
Because you told us two things. You said
You said it was a
you
charity
said
thing.
you paid to have lunch. You won the lunch, and then you paid for an extra donation.
The
Yeah,
donation
your
for
daughter
That's
the
what we all
part, and
noticed
she
last
wouldn't
week.
take
We're
the
like,
part.
oh,
Yeah,
there's
no.
nothing wrong with that. Hey, do what
No,
you
it was
got
for
to
a
do.
charity. So did that, and I did it with the sole goal of trying to get my daughter to meet people.
Yeah, and she
You
wouldn't.
know.
And because we were talking about kids that
Didn't really do
you
it.
try and help them out, and then
It's
they
frustrating.
don't take that advice.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phones. Shannon's up next. Thanks, Shelley, for calling the show. Shannon, who is an actor, actress, or musician that you feel like is overhyped or maybe not as great as people make this person out to be?
Julia Roberts.
Oh, Sansa.
You don't think she's a good
That
actress?
hurts me.
Now, tell us why. What is like a specific, like,
She is literally the same character in every movie that she has ever been in.
I think
Dare
she's
you.
right
And
about that.
What,
I
Aaron
always say
Brockovich
the only-
versus Pretty Woman? Come on. They're not the same character.
I always say the only good movie she's ever been in was still Magnolias because she died.
Oh,
Spoiler
you are
alert.
savage.
wow.
Shannon, you are heartless.
That's worse than me.
Shelby, open your eyes. Open your eyes, Shelby. Shelby, open your eyes. Oh, my God. You're
Drink
so...
your juice, Shelby.
Drink your juice. Drink your juice. There's
See,
candy in my
this-
purse, Mama. No, you're not. You didn't bring your
Most
purse.
actors,
Ouch.
they find that like De Niro and Pacino, they're supposed to be our best actors. A lot of times they're the same character
But
Yeah.
that's
because we're used to it. And then as we like that, like Tom
Then
Cruise.
can you say that about De Niro then? He's the same guy in every movie?
De Niro, I could say more than I think Pacino could change a little bit.
I think
more.
he gets a little bit complacent. But that's
If you
what
look at Pacino's earlier stuff, he was totally different.
Yeah, but that's what they look. When I lived in L.A., I had to go to an acting class. I'm a horrible actor, but I was trying to get more than just voiceover parts. And the first thing the acting coach was telling me is like, you find something that works, find a niche, and people will go to you every time because they know what they're going to get.
Yep.
Well, let's see. Randy said Jared Leto is overrated. Also, Millie Bobby Brown. That's his opinion. Plus, other texters say the same thing about her. One person said Ariana Grande in their book is overrated, wants to see Wicked, but won't because she's in it.
And someone also said, and I agree with this, unpopular opinion, it's Bad Bunny. He does wonders for a dance floor.
He was good in that.
But I think he's a better wrestler and actor than he is a singer.
I had not
Possibly.
seen
He's
his
very
wrestle.
cute, too.
His
I ain't
wrestling is
mad at him.
unbelievable. He's
really good.
Yeah, he should just quit everything, and just go wrestle. He could be a
What's that one he did
champion.
with Brad Pitt, Eric? Was it Bullet Train?
Yep.
He was
Yeah.
good in that. Bad Bunny was really
He's
good.
only in
in
it for like 2 seconds.
I know, but it was fun.
You can't really screw that one up.
No.
Hey, yo. It's time for What's Going Down, in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
A lot of people
Rolla.
hate Julia Roberts, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, one person said,
I don't have a problem with Julia
Another
Roberts.
person said, that's
No,
so
a
mean,
lot
I
of
love
people-
Julia.
yeah, there's a
Another
lot
says
of
she's a
people-
hater. Julia Roberts is amazing.
Yep.
And other people are poking holes in Ryan's statement about the
I know.
dinner.
About the
Everyone has ears.
I
Like,
did.
come on, Ryan, let's not lie.
I'm not lying.
That's the hardest part about lying is keeping your life
story straight.
Yeah,
story.
yeah, you
I
got so
thought
many.
The lunch wasn't to get Faith, but the lunch was to get our foot in the door. And then after the lunch, then I made that donation for it. So there's a two-pronged approach.
Still
But
not
yeah,
money.
I'd do anything for my daughter. That was what I was trying to do.
I would do
Anything for Faith.
All right.
Go
let's
ahead,
just
do
rip
your
the Band-Aid
sigh.
off.
Do your sigh. It was
No
one of
good.
Houston's best seasons. UH basketball did end with a heartbreaker, 65-63.
I can't even call it a
loss.
heartbreaker. It was a head scratcher. I don't understand why the ball had to just bounce next to him
I'm
like
telling
that.
you, it was the Sopranos of basketball.
It totally was. It was a head
Anticlimactic.
scratcher. I thought something happened. I thought a foul did a foul get called and they timed it out and the clock ran out. What are we doing?
Yeah, if you don't know the rules-
it just stopped. It just the game
It can
just
be
ended.
confusing. It was the anticlimactic.
I feel so bad because if it wasn't for him, Emmanuel Sharp, the game before that, he won it with those 3-pointers and,
Yes,
and got
yes.
him. So they wouldn't be here without him and this poor kid. Remember, he's just a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So all those people on Twitter, they're being jerks.
I know.
I mean, second place is still pretty awesome. It just hurts.
I know, but for the
The
rest
kid-
of these,
he's got another
these
year that
kids'
he's-
lives, that's what they're going to be.
Well, he's coming, but they're all mostly
I
coming
get
back.
they can
except for
come back,
one.
but Eric, you're still thinking about 8th grade when you should have gone to state, and you didn't even go into basketball professionally. You know what I mean? Like these kids are going to probably end up professional somewhere.
Well, not our team.
I'm saying they could play overseas. They could do something. I'm not saying everybody has to be a
Eric.
Steph Curry.
No, I mean,
but
that's
that's
what's so
what
great
college
about them.
basketball's about.
They're not
Half
like
those
Duke.
kids, this is their last dance.
Duke,
Yeah.
3 of their players are going to be in the top 10 draft pick. Our guys are going to come back and kick ass next year.
Yeah, but think
Except
about
for the
this. This
six-year
is
senior.
Kelvin Sampson's second trip to the Final Four with the Cougs. In 2021, they lost to Baylor in the semifinals. Since joining the Cougs in 2014, I can't believe it's been 9 years since Kelvin joined. He has led them to the Sweet 16 6 times and the Elite 8 3 times. He's a hell of a coach.
They'll be back.
All right, that's really the main thing everybody's talking about in Houston right now. So.
So close.
It's
So
one of those days I don't
close.
watch ESPN.
I know.
just got
I know.
no more sports
I just-
talk today.
I just turned it right off as soon as they were like,
I'm just
going
going to
to
go
the
watch
mic.
Julia Roberts movies today, I guess, with
Right.
Sam.
Notting
Do it.
Hill.
We're
Come
gonna,
on
we're gonna have some
over.
Pretty
popcorn
Woman.
together.
I can't wait.
Even the one that's on Netflix with George Clooney where they have a kid but they're divorced
I
and
never
their
saw
kids
that
get
one.
married. That was good.
It's super cute.
maybe-
I love Julia
That was,
It was
Roberts.
good.
that was a grandma movie.
Maybe
that
I'll watch,
one.
good.
I'll watch
It
that
wasn't
one.
grandma.
That's cute.
It was really cute. You can come over, hang out on my
There we
sofa
go.
since you like my
Yes,
sofa.
because you need your
so
password
much.
for your streaming
Eric,
service.
Their sofa.
You're such a jerk.
I missed
right.
my couch.
It
I'll
is-
go over to Sam's.
It is Tuesday,
Something else.
which means someone has gotten revenge, and we're about to hear all about it next on the Roula and